All right, this is Charlie here with American Contractors here.
All right, it's Charlie here with American Contractors here in Clearwater, Florida, with another home and a roof inspection. We're taking a look at the attic right now. We're doing an attic inspection. So I'm going to flip it around. You can take a little look here. The first thing I did notice, of course, is the size and airflow of the roof here, or the attic area. It does have pretty good ventilation. You might need to open it up with some more ventilation through the ridge cap. Yeah. Also, with the ridge vents, that is. If you look there, there are hurricane straps in place properly, roof-to-wall connection. You see it there on each side. That does go around the full perimeter of the home. On each eave and other areas. So here, let's take a look up here. Let's take a look at the details over here. So as we look here, we can see what we're working with. So I would do some extra ventilation up here, only because I don't see, at least from this area, that the ventilation is the best. It is a little warm. I would certainly expand the ridge and have Cobra ridge vents installed. If we look down over that way, it looks like we have some soffit. You can see the sun coming in that way. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Right there, the sun's coming in right there, so we know that is a ventilation area. So all in all, the attic has very good insulation. It's sprayed in just fine. It looks like a silicate base insulation. Also, we have a pipe jack coming up that way right there. I like the fact that the ducts there are connected right there to that rafter. Very good use of that system. As far as the nails are concerned, here, let's take a look at the nails and the screws. These are not ring shank nails, of course. They're not ring shank nails. They are just our general nail and screw. Looks like a 3 or 4 inch screw, 3 or 4 inch nail. So all in all, that would be the most for the most that we'll be looking at. Other than the decking, it looks like there is a little area there. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Kind of shadowed in a little bit, so I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here, right there. And in that area, let me see, there we go. In that area, it looks like we may have a penetration, but I have to look at it from the top of the roof to see while I'm on there exactly what that is. But the decking is in great shape. From my observation here, of course, it goes all the way back in there, and that'll give us a good understanding of the roof, its style, and what we're working with. So with that said, let's see here. We do have ring shank. We do have ring shank nails here. Not all of them, but we have a 4 inch ring shank right here. See, there's a prong. There's a prong on the other side. Let's see if I can get in there. You can see it. See, there's the prong right here. Right there. And there's another one on the other side. If you can touch it, but we do have one right there. I'm still gonna recommend those. I think that's gonna be a good upgrade. I don't see many of them. I can't tell how many are from here, but it does not look like there are very many. Only in certain spots. But either way, looks like this is in pretty good shape. But overall, we do want to fortify the roof. We're gonna check out the underlayment and verify that also. So this is our attic here in Clearwater, Florida. We're going to take a look at the roof, take some pictures on the outside, and let's take a look and see what we can find to help our homeowner here. All right, this is Charlie with Re-Roof America Contractors here. Had another roof here in Clearwater, Florida. We just did the attic inspection and walk around here. Well, we're going to get up on the roof and take a look at the details and see what specifics that we need to address. But all in all, as we do the walk around, as usual, we're taking out the drip edge, we're taking out the fascia and the fascia cap. Looks pretty good. I mean, we're going to change that drip edge out anyway. And we have some white drip edge on this, which is a very popular drip edge for most homes. But of course, we may change that color depending on the homeowner's need, want, and of course, we make accommodations for that. We have our gutter system right here. As you can see, it doesn't have a pan down there at the bottom, so that way the water can run off, going right into the dirt there. We do want to make sure that we have some runoff that's going to, of course, not go down to the foundation of the home. That actually helps protect it. The soffit looks very good. I'm looking around here, taking a look at this soffit. If you take a look at this soffit here, let me flip it around so you can take a look. Look at this soffit up here. Good shape. And this is what we saw in the attic. Right on this area, we could see.
3,
okay.
2,
what I'm going to recommend to do is to make sure that the soffit is getting proper flow by removing a lot of the insulation on the edge right here, all the way around, and then possibly expanding the ridge. Maybe we'll see when we get up there. We definitely would recommend some gutter cleaning. We got some trees over here. We're gonna recommend to go ahead and cut back any trees that we can see that can cause an issue. You can see there's a little bit of debris up there. We have some leaves and sticks and things like that, branches, so you can kind of take a look at that. But overall, the roof is in decent shape. It's about 20 years old, a little over 20 years old, about 21 years old, 22 years old or so. We're going to take a look and see if we have any uplift, any shingle uplift. We're going to make sure that we have proper airflow. And of course, we're going to take a look at the underlayment to see if we have a peel and stick or a felt or a double felt. And see now, right here is a notorious area. Okay, right here, you see a little bit of buckling right there. I'm not saying it's bad, but I can tell you, you can see right here, you have that valley right there on the eave of the roof. You can see right here where it's lifting up, right there. Let's take a look. It's just a little movement there from the naked eye. We need to touch it and see what it's all about. We see the valley with some leaves on it. I'm sure we're going to see some more leaves in some other areas. And as you can see, the soffit on this side is in great shape. So I would not recommend to change the soffit out. We're going to put new drip edge. You see that was not cut properly up there. You got two little pieces there. They just attached that. I mean, it's possible to do that, but we want to cut clean, just like this one. You can see right here, not cut too clean, but I mean, it does the job, but we want to make sure it looks good too. So that's a good indicator that we want to really see the workmanship on this. On the starter strips, I don't necessarily see the uplift. We're going to find out. Overall, we flip it around here. Once we get on that roof, we're going to be able to get a good indication. We're going to look at this underlayment. We're going to take a look at the condition of the shingles, see if we have any granule loss. With this amount of age on the roof, we may or may not have granule loss. We'll find that out. But hey, let's get on that roof. Let's take a look at it, and I'll see you on the other side. See you on the top. Here in Clearwater, Florida, on a residential roof. Once again, I'm doing an inspection here. Pretty steep one, but it's manageable. Between 4 and 5 pitch, and we took a look at our pitch gauge to get an idea with that, of course. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it from here. I will say there's a lot of granule loss here on the roof. If you can see here, we got some granule loss right here. And you can see it kind of coming off there. You can see that nut. And here's our pitch gauge. So this is our trusty pitch gauge. We're gonna take a look here and see what we have. See what we get. And once again, this shows us right here, right at 4. And so that's what we're working with right now. Our pitch is 4. And of course, this is a hip roof. We have a number of ridges up here. When you have a number of ridges, you have a hip roof. On this side of the roof, see if you can see that. Let me flip it around so it'll be a little easier. Okay, so right here you can see we have our gooseneck right there. We have our pipe jack right there, another gooseneck, another pipe jack. Okay, that's for our ventilation, of course. We're going to be changing all that out. And while I'm up here with this, and you can see here a little bit better, look at that granule loss. So you have this here, and then you have this here. So you see all those grains, once again, just flaking away. So you see that? Okay, so they're just falling right off of the shingle. Of course, this is an older one. See, older roof. It's about over 20 years old. So look here. Look in this valley here. You see how the leaves have collected, but look on this side of the roof. See how faded that is? Much more granular loss than this side. That's already letting us know. All right, so we do have, as we carry on, we do have the valley on the other side of that ridge, and that hip, and you can see there you have, I don't know if you can see it from here, but you got a pipe jack and another gooseneck on that side, and we're gonna look at the back and take a look at that also. So let's get some measurements on these, just verify it. I always love to measure everything 2 or 3 times and make sure it's right. So let's take a look at the rest of it here. All right, so we're taking a look here in the gutters, and just to give a quick breakdown, we have 4 4.25 inch goosenecks, and we have 4 2-inch pipe jacks here on the roof. The valleys, a couple of soft spots, we're going to mark those in a second. But I got to show you something. You see down here? That's not sand. This isn't sand. These are granules from this roof. That would have been up here. Instead, it's down in the gutters, clogging the gutters, creating even more damage, being that this is going to weigh down the gutters. Also, the debris is going to clog up the gutters, and of course that does affect the full system's capabilities and its function. With that said, I'm going to recommend to swap this out, this full entire roof, with at least a HDZ plus shingle, a HDZ Timberline shingle. That's our plus roofing option, which is one of the best in the industry. I will say also the elite option would be optimal, of course. That gives you long-lasting UHDZ Timberline GAF. Wonderful roofing. That's one of my favorite. It's actually my favorite personally. So look at that valley right there. Got a soft spot right here. It's right here. There's a soft spot right up there. That soft spot is because all this water is collecting. Comes down here, of course, and then it sheds off here, and then goes down through the gutters and down to the ground. As we say, gravity and water will fall to the lowest point possible and continue to fall until you stop it. So that's why we want to waterproof this roof with a peel and stick membrane. Also, what we're going to do now is take a quick test of the underlayment to see what we have here. What we're going to do is take a quick test of the underlayment to see what we have here. We want to see if this is a peel and stick or a one single or a double ply felt roof, and that's what we want to look at. Also, remember I mentioned that ridge vent. Look at that. See that ridge vent up there? That's a 10-foot ridge vent. That's a 14-foot area up there. Problem is, it looks like we, of course, need to upgrade that to a Cobra ridge vent. So all of that, and update that. But also, wow, it's a beautiful day out here. I'm telling you, look at the sky. Look at that. Isn't this beautiful Florida weather out here in Clearwater, Florida? Isn't that beautiful? But back to it here. This is just why I love roofing here in Florida, and I roof anywhere in the United States. Just give me a call. Here at Roof America Contractors, we are here to assist all families, all homes, anywhere in the nation, and for resilience and fortification, to make sure all roofs are protecting homes and families in all neighborhoods in all regions of the United States. So with that said, let's take a look at the underlayment. I'm going to move over to a better area, take a look at it. We did have a hole up there. Matter of fact, here, let's take a look at that first. You gotta be careful. This is a pretty steep roof, as I mentioned. You see that those granules? Well, it's like walking on sand on an angle. So imagine every time you take a step, you're sliding a little bit. Well, if you take too many steps to slide too much, you're sliding to the ground, buddy. You're going down, and you don't want that. You see right here? This is very common on a roof about 20 years old. You see this? The water's getting right on in there, okay? It's protected a little bit, but not anymore. You got the fibers already being exposed right here, and we want to make sure that we change all that out. Also, there's some areas here, you can see right here where the granule loss is so bad, you're all the way down. Yeah, see? Look at that. You're all the way down there. Also, in this valley in the back area, we have a couple of soft spots, okay? And the key to walking on the roof, always keep in mind, you want to be very careful not to take too many steps and walk too fast. Make sure you have good footing. Right here, see, look at that. Look at that. Look, I barely even touched it. It fell apart. So right here, look at that. Look at the granule. It's popping off of there like popcorn. Look at that. Look at that. Can you see that? Yeah. This is not what you want. But this roof has done its job. It's over 20 years old, and you can't ask for too much more than that. It was well installed. It does have ring shank nails. Okay, so that's very important. And that means that they took their time to do the right thing. All right. There's our other pipe jack, our other gooseneck, 4-inch right to 4.25 inches there, 2 inches there, 2 inches there, 4.25 there. Let's take a look here at this valley area right here. Look at this. Look at this. You see this? Complete degradation. Look at that. See? Look at that. You know, be careful. You don't want to bend them and pull them all around. Look at this. Look at these shingles. So as you can see, you have just obvious wear here, tear, and it's deteriorated. I mean, it's completely dried out, and it's just going to be replaced. And of course, there's the other gooseneck that I was mentioning. Sun's behind me, so you see a lot of shadow there. So let's look here. Notorious area. Let's get in here. Be careful. Look at this. Notorious area, like I told you. Look at that. Can you see it? Look at that. Let's get in there. Look at that. See? See all that? That's where water gets right on in. It's not getting in right now. It's very dry on the inside, so it's in the dry. That's good. It's still holding its loan. It's still doing what it's supposed to do. Here's another area. See if I can get a better angle here. Another area right there. If you can see it right here. You zoom in here. See that? Uplift. There you go. We got uplift on this bad boy. Right here, it's just deteriorating. And then there's another area right here, like I mentioned, right over here. So as we see, major granule loss. I'll give this a 4 for granule loss, 4 out of 10. Shingle condition, I'm going to give it a 2. They're so brittle. If you pull them too much, they're just going to rip apart. As you can see, that gives us a 2. That's a 2. On a scale of 1 to 10. Look at that edge right over there. Look at that. Look at that ridge. Now, I did note that before. Okay, be careful. Look at that. See it? Just slide right on off. Look at that. See? Slide right on off. Gotta be careful. So right here, and it's a long way down. Trust me. At least 25 feet. Total from right here. Right here. I'm not even gonna have to go to that edge. It's already uplift right here. You can see it. It's deteriorated, and it's gonna have to be replaced. So, as said before, what I want to do at this point is go ahead and check the underlayment. We got all the measurements on this side. We pulled our roller wheel out, our measuring wheel, to get some hand measurements on this and give us a good idea of what we need to work with. And we want to be precise as possible. With the granular loss, with the fact that we have this uplift and we have all of this these deteriorated shingles here, which all of them are deteriorated, just some way more than others, to the point where they're actually falling apart just by the wind blowing on it and ripping apart. We have some fibers showing, and I just haven't seen underlayment showing, so we're gonna have to go and take a look at that and verify that, because I'm already gonna recommend a peeling stick on this with some ring shank nails. Also, new drip edge all the way around, new fixtures, the pipe jack, goosenecks. I want all those changed out to get this roof in top shape. And then we're gonna head that way up towards the peak of the roof, up on the other plane there, and take a look and see what we're working with here on the underlayment. So yeah, join me on the other side. Let's take a look. Before we even get to the other side, I want you to see this. I want you to see this if you can. There we go. Look at those fibers coming out. Kind of like on corn. You know how you got, when you shuck a corn, you have that fiber coming out? That's what this is. It's just like that. See, that holds all the components of the shingle together. Well, as you can see, it's already showing. So that means that it's met its life. All right, so we're marking all of these spots, the soft spots, the starter strips. They're just flipping up like a cape. Also on the drip edge here in the front of the home, I'll show you here. Let me see that. Yeah, it's buckling because of the way it was installed. It's pulling up. We're gonna have to fix that. Water underneath. We don't need any of that, any water intrusion. Of course, I mentioned that valley already. It's pretty good, but well, it's not pretty good. What it is that there's a lot of granular loss there across the whole entire home, especially in this particular valley right here in the front. So on this side, it's a lot of granular loss. The whole roof, lots of granular loss. Let's keep on. Let's continue on. Okay, now we're on the back end of the roof near the backyard right there. In that area, look at this. Look at this. So, you see, somebody else has been up here too. They showed that. And I do a little zigzag like that on any of the markings I do on the roof to show that there is zippering. And look at this. You see that? So the zippering, it comes all the way down. You can keep on going. It's gonna come in the same pattern all the way down. And that's just the way it does. It always does that, almost always. And as you can see, it did that here. So that's that zippering effect that you'll see a little bit. So this whole area where the arrows are pointing, you got it zipped all the way down. And that's enough for me to know that this is certainly in need of a replacement. So all the factors I've told you about, it shows that this needs a replacement. It looks like someone sat on the bridge vent right there. I'm trying to, look, if you can't stand on the roof properly, don't get on it. Don't sit down on those. Looks like someone did. We're gonna upgrade this to a Cobra vent, a Cobra ridge vent, so it'll get even more airflow. It's wider, approximately 4 inches on each side of the ridge. So you have, give you an example, it's gonna come out actually about this much here, and then the Cobra vent's gonna go all the way around. So we're gonna have a gap right here, okay, from right about here, about a foot from the peak right here to right here. And we're gonna come down this slope about that low, and then come down about this low on the slope. And we're gonna come all the way down, open up that area, and drop that new Cobra ridge vent on here. That is going to keep, we're gonna take this off and install a new one. That's the Cobra vent. And as you see, we have our markings there, and we have some markings over here. As I promised, we're gonna go ahead and check the underlayment. why don't we just check it where it's zipping out already? Might as well. It's already up there, and then we can go ahead and repair a little bit of that while we're up here. Let's go ahead and get to it. So this is the area that we have decided to check the underlayment. It's already up, so that's going to help us out. How far do we want to go? Let's go right here in the middle. Gives us a good idea, and then we're going to go ahead and seal that. Make sure that's right. So let me go ahead and get to that. I'll go ahead and start taking care of that. I'm going to be pulling this up, going underneath, and I'm going to show you once I get that up. So let's take a look here. What do we have? We have wood right there. That's our decking. Okay, and right here is our underlayment. Look at that. 1-ply felt with ring shank. Here you go, on plywood. So we're gonna go ahead and seal this back, get this back into shape again. Now that we know that that is a felt underlayment, we're gonna highly recommend the peel and stick. Now let me take a look at this area right here, because that just looks like yeah, that's just the starter. I mean, that's just the where you nail at right here. So you're gonna nail right in here, but you can see the same thing here. You nailed it. So let's go ahead and seal this back up, and we're going to go ahead and wrap this inspection up. As you can see, this is a full detailed inspection. We're going to be providing a full wind mitigation report, full attic report, full roof inspection, Liberty Shield report. I'm always going to recommend to do a biannual roof inspection. That's going to keep your roof maintained, and maintenance is the key. If you don't maintain it, you get leaves. You see right there, all those leaves in there. See, leaves. You get debris, and you don't even know what's going on with it. You don't even know what's exactly going on with it because you're not up there and no one's looking at it. So, with that said, this is Charlie with Re-Roof America Contractors, National Account Manager here in Clearwater, Florida, on a full roof and attic inspection to fortify this roof for one of our homeowners. We are working closely with Safe Home Florida and Rebuilding Together Greater Florida to assist as their premier roofer to provide the proper inspections, to give you what you really do need, and make sure that your home is fortified. And we're partnering with them statewide to make sure you're taken care of. So with that said, once again, this is Charlie with Re-Roof America Contractors here in Clearwater, Florida, on another roof inspection for one of our dear homeowners here in the area. Till next time.